Uh, what's up, guys? Welcome to the latest episode of the Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton, and as you know, the Good Faith Show is a part of the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And I have some shameless plugs for you guys. Follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. The handle for that account is on the bottom of the ticker right there. ATP Network 247. And also subscribe to my podcast, Real Recognize Real, available on all major platforms. So how you guys are doing today? I'm doing okay. Just another day, just still a lot of shit on my mind, man. Like my future, man. I don't know where I be, but I gotta take it every day, step by step. Um, about the video that I played, the reason why I didn't play the sound because copyright. YouTube is strictly on copyright, and I can't risk us getting a second copyright strike. Like we almost did until YouTube rescinded it, like claiming that we using third party content that was content ID. Like again, my question is, how would you know if the content is third party? I mean, it's content ID or not? Like fair use. But yeah, so that's why I had to mute it. Sorry for no sound. Usually when I start these live stream these videos, I start with I'm talking about I start with a TikTok or Instagram video or something like that. Yeah, man. Liberals are losing it, man. They oh man, hell, you ain't even need a damn copyrighted music. Hell, you just could have played them hollering and screaming and can on before the end of this. My nose itchy, guys. Sorry about that. Before the end of this live stream, if I remember it, I might play that compilation. Like somebody made a compilation of liberals just losing their shit, man. Like damn, like my thing is you hollering and screaming like that black woman, the one that said no, no, no. I'm like, why you ain't saying that right now as children and women and children? 70% of the people dead in Gaza are women and children. Like, yeah. So, sorry for the noise in the background, guys. I got gas over my house. So, oh man. So yeah, man. Like, liberals are just fucking crazy. Like I think liberalism is a mental illness. Like, I'm not disregarding. I'm not making fun of mental illness. I have mental illness. I know I do. I got hella mental illness. I know other people I know got mental illness. I'm just saying, like, to support that party, and I think really both sides have got it's a form of mental illness. I mean, that's what I think. So yeah, y'all. I hope my lighting is better. I had to fix that because hopefully when I do streams at night, cause I'll be looking like a ripe ape at night. Like holy shit, the light just don't be bouncing off my face right. So hope this look good for y'all. I'm not a handsome guy, but hey, when you don't look that great, you gotta adjust. So yeah. The first story I want to get to, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah, I gotta. So this might be almost a 2 hour stream. I hope I don't want it to be that long. And oh yeah, also too, y'all. I'm hopefully when Rome's girlfriend respond back to me, I message her about like what can we do to help Rome, help him get out of jail or something, like make a crowdfunding thing for him or anything like that. I'm waiting for her to get back. Yeah, they the system wants to lock up our revolutionists, and I think Rome is definitely a revolutionist. Like he helped so many people. He speaks truth to power. Like they don't like that, and they see him on here doing that. So that's why you know that's why he's in jail. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully details will come out in the coming days about that. So yeah, Bernard Sanders, man. I'm gonna play a video first of him, um, and then I'm gonna play what he said in his statement. You know, Bernie Sanders loves those fucking statements. So give me a sec as I share my screen. Let me see. Right here. Let me see. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I know. Still working on how to use EV Mukes. Let me see. Share. Okay. Let me see. Okay. There you go. This here is when Bernie Sanders was on Meet the Press. I think a few days ago. You know, typical Bernie Sanders. Oh God. Then after this, I'm gonna get to his statement and break that down. Here we go, guys.
Senator, quickly before I let you go, I do want to ask you about the Supreme Court. Some Democrats behind the scenes quietly talking about the possibility, should Justice Sotomayor step down, to allow President Biden to appoint someone who's younger. She's only 70 years old. Is that something that you would support? Do you think she should step down?
No, I don't.
Have you heard any talk of this?
A little bit, yes. I don't think it's a sensible approach.
And you don't think it's a sensible approach?
Correct.
All right. Senator Bernie Sanders.
Damn, Bernie. Bernie was like, that was an awkward moment for Bernie. Bernie like, no. Yes. I heard about that. Oh, goodness gracious. So, yeah, that's Bernie Sanders. Now I'm gonna get to his statement. I just had to play that. Like that was some weird, awkward shit right there. Like I still don't understand what that was about. Oh goodness gracious. Let me see. Get the Bernie Sanders statement. Here we go. Clicker. Oh man. There we go. Span. There we go. Sorry guys, I know. And sorry for the train noise. I don't know why all this noise is coming at once. Like what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh God. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. You know, Bernie Sanders left this statement here, man. I'm finna make it bigger enough for y'all to see. There you go. Hopefully y'all can see that good. I hope. Yeah. Y'all see it real well. It says here, it should come to as no great surprise that a Democratic Party which has abandoned working class people will find that the working class had abandoned them. While the Democratic Party leadership defends the status quo, the American people are angry and won't change, and they're right. And yeah, people are angry, Bernie. But my thing is, you was campaigning for Kamala Harris. You pretty sure you did fundraisers for her, you know, probably was in the fundraising emails. But my thing is, like, if you know the Democratic Party is not going to do, like, okay, if you know the Democratic Party isn't going to do shit for the working class people, then why you couldn't just support Jill Stein? Like, Jill Stein in the Green Party is pro working class. Like, that don't make any sense. Like, Bernie, like, I know Bernie is a smart dude. He is. Like, he woke up a lot of people, you know, like woke up a lot of people, probably people that probably, you know, after Obama's first term, probably just gave up on politics, became apolitical. But again, like, I mean, like, yeah, if nobody does nothing for me, of course I'm abandoning them. Like the fuck, like, I hire a mechanic to work on my car, and then he's a no-show. Then I call and he say, "Oh, I'll come back over tomorrow, man. I just had some going on, you know." And he don't show up again. Of course I'm abandoning him. I ain't paying him a goddamn thing. Like, you supposed to fix my car, fool. And that's what the Democratic Party is. Like, they ain't doing nothing for the working class. Like, under Biden's term, gas prices went up a couple of years ago. I'm pretty sure people forgot about that because people brain like patience is a millisecond. If grocery prices went up, like the inflation at all-time high, like, yeah, that's abandonment. Like, Biden had no policies to address those things. Nah, but I'm finna read his statement right here. He got two drafts right here. I'll read this one. I don't know why this is so small, but I'll read it out loud, y'all. Sorry if you can't see it. He says, it should come as no great surprise that the Democratic Party, which abandoning working class people, will find that the working class found out that the working class has abandoned them. First, it was the white working class. Now it's the Latino and black voters as well. While the Democratic leadership defends the status quo, the American people are angry and won't change, and they're right. Well, the first part, I'll say this: like, yeah, the Latino and black voters didn't come out for Kamala. Like, some of them voted for Trump, and some of them sat on the couch. Like, not forget the couch voters, the couch people too. Like, a lot of people didn't come out to vote. I mean, first of all, like, Kamala Harris didn't have no policies. Like, she had no agenda. She had no policies. You know, I told somebody this. I like Joe Biden turned out to be a habitual liar, but at least he ran on a $15 minimum wage. And at least he, well, a little bit said he was thinking about a public option, and the biggest one for black people, student loan debt forgiveness. So, but what Kamala had? Nothing in about that black man thing. Yeah, that was just retaliatory to the negative blowback from what Obama did in Pennsylvania. So yeah, abandonment. And now it said today, while the very rich are doing phenomenally well, 60% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and we have more income and wealth inequality than ever before. Unbelievably, real inflation accounted for weekly wages for the average American worker are actually lower now than they were 50 years ago. Today, despite an explosion in technology and worker productivity, many young people will have a worse standard of living than their parents, and many of them worry that artificial intelligence and robotics will make a bad situation even worse. And that's what I was saying too. Like, you a lot of these degrees you go to college for, what you spending thousands upon tens of thousands of dollars for, they'll be fucking paperweights, because even now, like Facebook, Twitter, probably, Google, like they fired some of their workers because of AI. That's why they shoving AI down our throats, because they want us to get, used to AI. Like, AI is our normal thing, make it normal, But yeah, the Democrats and Republicans don't give a fuck about addressing that issue, because again, Google, Facebook are some of their donors. Today, despite far more per capita than other countries, we remain the only wealthy nation not to guarantee health care to all as a human right, and we pay by far the highest wages in the world for prescription drugs. We alone, among other major countries, cannot even guarantee paid family and medical leave. Today, despite strong opposition from a majority of Americans, we continue to spend billions funding the oh god, here he go, extremist Netanyahu's government all-out war against the Palestinian people, which had led to the horrific humanitarian disaster and mass malnutrition and the starvation of thousands of children. With the big money interests and well-paid consultants who control the Democratic Party, learn any real lessons from this disastrous campaign? He admitted it's disastrous. Like, yeah, it was a disaster from the start. Will they understand the pain and political alienation that tens of millions of Americans are experiencing? Do they have any ideas as to how we can take on the increasingly powerful oligarchy? I mean, the Democrats in bed with the oligarchy, Bernie. Like, they gonna take them on. Wow. Yeah. If Kamala won, then she turn around and say, you, even though you guys donated to my campaign and shit, I'm finna fight you. Because, I love to see that shit. Yeah, that makes any perfectly good sense. Which has no economic and political power? Probably not. In the coming weeks and months, those of us concerned about grassroots democracy and economic justice need to have some very serious political discussions. Stay tuned. Well, the solution for that, Senator Sanders, Senator Sanders, is is sorry y'all. The only solution for that is a real organized revolution. That's the only answer. Like Bernie, like even started with you, like yeah, you woke a lot of people up. Okay, that's good. You know, I ain't gonna say it was good because I voted for your ass in the primary too. But you abandoned your movement. Like you had a movement behind you, Bernie. Imagine if you just not dropped out, but left the Democratic Party, said no, I'm gonna run as an independent. Like, imagine how much sway you could have had. Like you felt Bernie, you felt up fucking rallies, dude. Like you was on the right track to being somebody that we really never seen before. But no, you chose to ask the other people, bend the knee to the Democratic Party because my conspiratorial thinking is now coming in. I think they got a P-tape on your ass. Something, man, like, holy shit. Um, so, yeah, man, like, yeah, this was a real written letter. Like, yeah, you scalded them. Like, Bernie Sanders. I like what Bernie Sanders said. He said, "Will they learn their lesson?" No. My thing is, the Democratic Party is not going to change. They're going to move further to the right. My thing is, and you're a registered independent, right? That means you're not Democrat nor Republican. But maybe, I really don't care for you no more, but maybe as a suggestion, I know you ain't gonna listen to my irrelevant ass, but move to the Green Party? Like, don't you think Jill Stein aligns with your issues pretty well? I mean, since you're independent and all, like, but yeah, man, miss me with that, Bernie. Like, he said we need some serious discussions. Like, yeah, talk about a revolution. Oh goodness. So yeah. Now what else I'm gonna talk about? Let's see. I got another news story. I'm gonna get the David Packman thing last. I'm get to Nancy Pelosi. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the Nancy Pelosi thing next. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi blames Biden. Oh boy. But the Democrats doing the finger pointing. Them liberals, the Democrats, you did it. No, you did it. It's your fault. It's your fault. Oh, I love it, man. I love it when they blame each other, man. Like it's joyous. I mean, they blaming us too. They blaming the people that didn't vote for her. No policy having ass, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care about what people say about me, man. I'm just trying to live my life the best way I know how. I can't worry about nobody else's, problems and issues but mine. I'm not part of the duopoly, so if I'm not part of the duopoly, why would I vote for Kamala Harris to begin with? Kamala Harris don't give a fuck about black folk. And then, ain't this the same Kamala Harris too? Let me get to it. Ain't this the same Kamala Harris too that said that she'll want to make the Freedmen Bank more? Hold on, guys. I hate when it auto plays. Fuck. But anyway, ain't this the same Kamala Harris that said she'll make the Freedmen Bank more open, more diverse? Like, what the fuck are you doing? The Freedmen Bank ain't meant to be open to other. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here. I tweeted that earlier. I'm pretty sure somebody like that. I don't care. But again, like it's not meant to be the ultra. Oh God, they show you Kamala Harris just don't know what the fuck she's doing. So yeah, I'm finna share my screen here. Yep, Nancy Pelosi, man. Nancy Pelosi was pissed.
The former Speaker of the US House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, has partly blamed President Biden for the Democrats' election loss, suggesting the party would have performed better if it left the race sooner. Ms. Pelosi played a key role in convincing Mr. Biden to end his re-election bid. But she told the New York Times the Democrats could have used more time to choose his replacement. Meanwhile...
Damn, son. Even Nancy Pelosi know that. And I don't like Nancy Pelosi's stock buyback having ass, but I'm like, even she know that Kamala is unelectable. It's not likable. Like, damn. So basically, from what we know, Obama wanted a primary and Nancy Pelosi wanted a primary. Which my thing is, and it's supposed to be like these motherfuckers always claim democracy on the ballot, democracy, but they just when Biden dropped out, randomly picked this woman, Kamala Harris, out of nowhere. Oh goodness! But I think too, a lot of people ain't talking about this. I think that Joe Biden endorsed Kamala Harris because Joe Biden is a very egotistical maniac. Joe Biden is a narcissist too, along with Trump. Like, a lot of people say Donald Trump is a narcissist, but Joe Biden is too. I mean, like they wanted him out of the they wanted him out after that horrible debate, man. Wow. I didn't even feel sorry for that dude. Like, my mama, she's a liberal. She said, "Oh, he had COVID." I'm like, "Mama, COVID or not, like this guy showed many videos out there of him in cognitive fog, brain fog, and cognitive decline." So yeah, damn, son, like the finger pointing continues, finger pointing.
Kamala Harris's running mate Tim Walz told supporters his fight wasn't over.
We're going to have to work a little harder. We're going to have to fight a little harder. We're going to have to organize a little harder. But I'm here to tell you today to tell you this. We can do it. No, that's the wrong one. We will do it, and we'll do it together.
Meanwhile,
yeah, when it turned, like, the Democratic Party don't fight unless, somebody that's more radical comes in the campaign and has good, good sway with the voters. Then they fight. But, like, they don't care about winning. Yeah, liberals, again, they will be in the streets protesting Trump. My thing is, why you wasn't out there with us, the pro-Palestine protesters? Why you wasn't out there with us protesting a fucking genocide? And again, like I said earlier with that video, like, why wasn't you motherfuckers out there crying and hollering and screaming over babies getting burned alive in tents? Like, it just, and some comrades want to work with these people. Look, again, I work with them if they change, if they willing to change, they willing to read some theory, think about it, if I can sway them to change from a liberal to a socialist communist, okay. But otherwise, if they gonna just do all this shit to go back to brunch in 2028, fuck that. Yeah, I said what I said too. All right, back to the video.
Tehran rejected US allegations of an Iranian plot to assassinate President-elect Donald Trump before the presidential election. The Justice Department unsealed the criminal charges on Friday that alleged an unnamed official in Iran's paramilitary Revolutionary Guard instructed the man to create a plan to surveil Donald Trump and carry out the plot. This was back in September. Officials added that the man has not been arrested and is believed to still be in Iran. Samira Hussain reports from Washington.
They say the soul never changes. While what we see around us may change.
A political comeback of monumental proportions, but also a story of survival for the president-elect.
I don't know about that, man. I think this is like a whole segment, though. Because it's supposed to be about Nancy Pelosi, but whatever. Like, they think Iran is trying to come after Trump. I wonder why. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Twice the former president avoided assassination attempts on the campaign trail. And now the government says it revealed a third plot, an Iranian asset planning to kill Mr. Trump. Tehran says the former president should face trial or face revenge for ordering the assassination of Iranian general Qasem Soleimani.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, if you're gonna kill a general that was trying to fight ISIS, I guess, Plan to fight, I get Iran is it's good people, and you gonna kill one of the good people. Don't you think retaliatory measures will be taken? Yeah, let me continue. I'm trying to watch what I say because YouTube will be on that bullshit.
2 assassination attempts on my life that we know of, and they may or may not involve, but possibly do, Iran.
The first, a narrow miss, the bullet just grazing Mr. Trump's ear. Just over 2 months later, a man with a rifle.
Let me skip this. Here we go, guys.
Clearly a bit of a split within the party over who to blame for what went wrong here. You know, was this a fault of Joe Biden for not standing down earlier? Was it a fault of the Harris campaign for the campaign that they ran and the messages that they put?
I'll say this. I think Kamala she probably didn't have a lot of time as a normal political candidate has, but I mean, like Trump, if you look at the polls, like Trump wasn't that wantable anyway, like likable anyway, like Trump is not a likable person. It's just that more people that probably leaned to vote Democrat saw this campaign was a fucking joke. She didn't distance herself from Biden, and they decided to say, I'm just going to sit on the couch. And, you know, kudos to you if you sit on the couch. Kudos to you to vote for Claudia Delacruz. Kudos to you if you voted for Jill Stein, you know. That what happened. And also, too, a lot of people ain't talking about this, but genocide was the hard line.
Put forward, and we've seen both sides sort of briefing messages blaming the other, really. Nancy Pelosi, it's worth noting, is a very senior figure within the Democratic Party, and she, it's widely believed, wanted what they call an open primary. So effectively, for Joe Biden to stand down and then the party to have a competition and sort of leave it open to various politicians to come forward and throw their hats into the ring and have an open competition as to who should be the presidential candidate for this election. Now, in the end, what happened was that Joe Biden immediately threw his weight behind the vice president, and she very quickly.
Yeah, and I believe, like I said earlier, I think that's, you know, that's a get back at you. Like Joe Biden said, "Fuck you, Democrats, for not believing in me, even though my mind is, even though I have cognitive decline, but I still want to run because I'm an egotistical maniac." So I'm gonna pick this woman that at one point I heard that he didn't even care for her. I'm gonna pick somebody with I'm gonna pick this empty suit woman to replace me. So nothing y'all can do about that. That's what happened.
Sewed up the number of votes she needed to have the nomination, and that effectively, Joe Biden putting his thumb on the scales, effectively closed down the option of other people entering the race. Now, the question is, would that have made any difference? Nancy Pelosi suggested that Kamala Harris might still have become the candidate, but she would have effectively been.
I disagree with that. I don't. I think, you know, I'm not a Democrat. I have to say that because I guess people say I'm breaking down like what happened. You know, people think shit. People assume too much shit. What I'm saying is, like, I think any rational person would it be Trump if they did. All they have to do, you know, just say that they'll have an arms embargo. I'm not Biden in, you know, another policy. I think that's all you needed. But again, like, yeah, I don't believe Kamala. This woman had 0 delegates. I don't think she will win the nomination. I really don't. Like, and when you have a 42% approval rating like Joe Biden, like, voters are not listening to what you're saying. Like, even Joe Biden go out there and say, if it was a primary and say, look, guys, vote for Kamala. You know, I believe in her. Like, they're not going to listen to her. Like, well, okay.
More battle tested when it came to the election, perhaps better known to members of the public. There would have been more exposure with democratic debates and so on, choosing a candidate. But ultimately, would this have made any difference in the election? I mean, hindsight is always 20/20. So it's very difficult to tell whether that would have actually produced a different result at the end of the day. But there is clearly an awful lot of blame to go around and a lot of soul searching to be done by the Democratic Party.
And Rowan, we're still waiting for the final results when it comes to the House of Representative election.
By the way, oh yeah, this was 3 days ago. Yep, Republicans took back the House and the Senate. So yeah, given Trump can do whatever the fuck he wants to do, and you know, it is what it is, man. Like that's why I said, y'all, like, you know, we got to organize, man. Like shit is really about to hit the fan now. We got to organize.
Where do we stand with those?
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting, I think it looks more and more certain that the Republicans may well have a majority in the House of Representatives, the lower chamber of the two chambers of the House of Congress, the lawmaking body in the United States. And the significance of that, if they do get a majority in the House of Representatives, is that Donald Trump and Donald Trump's party, the Republicans, will effectively control all of the levers when it comes to passing legislation. They will control the presidency, the upper chamber, the Senate, and the House, the lower chamber. And that means it's going to be much more straightforward for Donald Trump to pass his legislation, to introduce his agenda, to take the country in a much more rightward direction than it has been under Joe Biden, because he will have control of all of the levers to get legislation passed through.
That was Warren Bridge in Washington for us. Well, the Republican strategist Malik Abdul.
Okay, guys, that's the end of that. Yeah, I mean, is Nancy Pelosi right? I mean, yeah, I think, I wouldn't say she's right. I mean, I don't know the answer is. Like, Trump maybe could have still won if they picked somebody else. I don't know, man. Like, voters, these polls are really irrelevant at this point. Like, us as political commentators should not rely on fucking polls, man. I think the best thing we should do is go out in the streets and talk to the people around our area, man. Like, what they thinking, how they feeling, because polls underestimated Trump. Like, the polls had it even. Some polls had Trump at 2%, Harris at 1%. I mean, not 1%, 2%. +1, +2, and and the guy ended up winning the swing states. Like, Harris didn't even win a fucking swing state. Like, that's just how bad she is as a candidate. She's just not a good candidate, man. I don't know why people call this woman smart. Like, yeah, she went to Howard University. I guess I don't know about her GPA and stuff was, but like, she ain't got no common sense. Maybe book smart sense. I'm being nice here, but common sense she don't. And let's not forget about the Jim Brown stuff. I'm just saying, like, you know, people tend to forget about that. Okay, guys. So the next segment is Simone Sanders didn't like what Nancy Pelosi said. Obviously, if you don't know who Simone Sanders Townsend is, that's her new name. I guess she got married. She was a part of Biden's transition team. No, part of the Biden campaign and transition team. And I think what happened was Simone Sanders wanted to be a press secretary, and I guess Biden picked Karine Jean-Pierre and the other woman that left a couple of years back. But yeah, let me share my screen again. Like, Simone Sanders has some words. She has some words for Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, you know. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Okay, y'all. Now I'm gonna play it.
Leah Daughtry are both back with us. Leah, I want to ask you about something, a headline from NBC News. Trump just realigned the entire political map. Democrats have no easy path to fix it. Quote, in short, Trump has been able to engineer a near wholesale rightward shift in the electorate in ways that he couldn't in 2016 or 2020. The trends have blown up long-held Democratic and Republican narratives about how America...
I'll say this about that. The Democrat
Americans. It's leading Democrats to sound about the party's future as Trump's Make America movement grew the most diverse coalition in generations. Decisive GOP presidential nominee in 2 decades. So a bunch of questions, Leah. Do you buy that? How are you thinking about this moving? How much of this do you actual realignment, and how much do you think is very Trump specific?
Well, I don't quite buy it because President Trump got exactly the same number of votes at 2020. So there wasn't a growing of the number of people who voted for him. What Democrats have to look at is it that 10 million of our voters home?
Well, because the economy's stupid. The economy in Gaza, I think the two reasons. I wouldn't say younger people are more the Democratic voters, but typically younger people are more, Democrats aren't left, so I can't say that. That they lean the other way, lean towards Democrats, generally younger people. So they stay home. And black men, some of them did vote for Trump, which I don't recommend. Like, Trump is not going to make your lives better too, black men. I don't know why. That's why I should have asked some black men why they were voting for Trump. Maybe when we get bigger, I could invite people on and talk about stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. And the Latino vote, again, the immigrant situation, Trump is just as hawkish on immigrants as Harris, but yeah, the economy stupid and Gaza stupid.
Why they didn't? Where were they? What happened? And that is a failure on our part, perhaps partly messaging, but also just in the tactical strategy of turnout, of voter identification, and getting people out to vote. So this whole
This ain't got nothing to do with this video, but what's up? Like, I don't get these polling places. Like they have 2 to 4 years to make sure the equipment working. And even on election day, I remember I heard about a lot of voting machines weren't working, even in my state. Like, what the hell going on with that? Like, going to vote is not easy as hell, especially you in an area where there's a lot more people. Like, if you're in a city, it's, way more people, you want to get in and get out quick as possible, and your voting machines are down. Like, when I went in there, fortunately, the voting machine was working, but because I voted early, because I get off work early before I go to work out. I'm not trying to be conspiratorial, but, man, I don't know. It's just suspect. You got plenty of time to make sure the machine work right. Fix any bugs with the voting machines. I don't get it, but hey, maybe cheating involved. Who knows? Who knows about this two-party system, man? Both of them cheat, either with gerrymandering or all kind of other shit they do. Voter intimidation, that's a thing. Literally, people harassing other people in the fucking voting booth. It's not a lot of safe places to go in America, but at least one of them should be the fucking voting place. You just do it every 2 to 4 years. Come on, man. Really, motherfuckers harassing other people. I don't know this world anymore. Sometimes I'm flabbergasted.
Wholesale. Well, he grew all of these people and all of these new voters. What new voters? He got the same number he got the last time. And so we got work to do.
And also, too, I talked to a lady friend that used to live in my area. Now she lives in another city. And she told me, she said, look, I don't like Donald Trump, but I think he'll get the job done. She don't like Trump, but she still voted for him. That's what happened. A lot of conservatives probably voted for Biden in 2020 because, COVID and stuff, right? Then when the Biden administration and Kamala Harris didn't do anything to improve their material needs, then they decided, vote for Trump again. And that what happened.
On what happened to our tactics, what happened to our strategy, what happened to What happened to identifying voters where they are, getting the, what happened to the people who voted for us the last time, who just sat it out this time? That's the work that has to be done.
I think that's such a key and important point, because to Matthew Dowd's.
Come on now, you know what happened. You know what happened. Like, it's the economy. I'm gonna keep repeating it. Like, Kamala didn't have no plans for the economy. How's she gonna improve people's lives? Yeah, the child tax credit, $6,000, but the problem with that is, what if I'm a single guy? I don't have no kids. Like, how you gonna make my life materially better? You see what I'm saying? Or, okay, what the $25,000 homes to help you buy a home, but that's a tax credit. What's up with all these tax credits? Just give people the fucking money. Hey, if we get money to fucking Ukraine and Israel, and then I heard Joe Biden trying to rush another Ukraine Israel spending bill out. See what I'm saying? Like, that's why people set out. They see that shit. Like, more people woke up now, especially with Ukraine and Israel. They see that all this money coming out from all this money. You giving all this money to them, and while I'm sitting here living paycheck to paycheck, worrying about if these motherfuckers at the electric place gonna cut off my lights. Like, come on, man. Oh my God, I can't with these Democratic people, man.
Piece as we started this hour. In fact, Trump got less. He underperformed his vote from 2020. The difference maker in this election were the 10 million Democrats or independent voters who did not support. So, Eddie, I also take exception to this idea that what Trump did was orchestrate a rightward shift in the electorate. No, what Trump did was took advantage of a rightward shift in the body politic and the electorate that has been occurring for some time. He saw how to maneuver and position himself and saw that opening with young men on platforms, on the digital platforms that Democrats largely ignored. They did not play in the digital.
You know what, though? He got a point, though. He got a point. Like, Trump did go on all these podcasts. He ain't go on my shit. Hell no. Nah, he ain't gonna go on. He don't go on this little specky network. On this little tiny network show. No, he's not. But yeah, he went on Joe Rogan. He went on all these other platforms. You know, mostly men watch these podcasts. Like, yeah. And Kamala Harris couldn't do an interview with Joe Rogan. Like, and a lot of people, a lot of dummies went along with, no, I don't think she should do it. Like, bitch, you trying to win an election. Like, don't you want to win? Like, come on, man.
Verse the way Republicans had for some time. Talk, if you can, about this idea of this rightward shift. Now, I've always looked at the country as mostly center-right in its understanding, meaning that it's on fiscal matters, it's a lot more conservative. On social matters, it tends to be a little bit more moderate. But what we're seeing now is beyond that, and it's sort of a leaning in.
I'll say on social issues, it's more left. That's in my opinion. Like, you polled most of the country, they said that they are they want Medicare for all. They want a thriving wage.
And towards a nationalistic, paternalistic view of the country and how we look at each other.
I think this is a really important question, Mike, that we need to shift from why did Vice President Harris lose to what kind of country are we, right? And I think what we've seen over the last 40 to 50 years, and it's culminating in Trumpism and MAGA Republicanism, right, is this kind of toxic combination of selfishness, greed, and hatred. And in some ways, it's all about an evisceration of any notion of the public good, an idea.
So basically, what this guy is saying, that this country is divided on hate, individualism, and I mean, like, both parties played a part in that. like you got two workers working at the same job making minimum wage, but they both agree that they should get better wages. They both agree they should get health care. But you got one guy using culture war bullshit, and you got the other guy that looking down on the other guy, like, You're just looking down on them. Liberals do. They look down on people that think they better than. Like that's on both sides. I ain't not just gonna say that's Democrats. That's Republicans too. Like, y'all the reason why this country is divided. That's what. Yeah, the country is divided. It is. It's a racist ass country. It is. But again, like, I mean, like he playing on one side, like saying, "Hey, the Republicans played a big part." You know, the Southern strategy that really what started it all. Then later on down the road, the Democrats, you know, like Hillary Clinton calling Trump supporters deplorables. Like both of you, it's both sides. Sound like Trump now. I don't know why.
Idea that my own concerns, my own well-being animates how I move about the world. That a notion of my relationship to my fellows, what is a notion of baseline understandings of who we are and our obligations to each other, all of that is just out the door, and people are just out for themselves. And so when you have portions of the electorate that are selfish, I don't care if he's a convict, he gave me a check. Right? Or you have folks who are greedy, that are the billionaires who want to control everything. And then you have folks who are fearful that the country's changing.
Well, the BNA issue, I would say, yeah, they want to control everything. BlackRock and Vanguard owns almost every fucking thing. Hell, I think they own every damn thing at this point. Yeah, that's a big issue. Greed, yes. And the thing is, people don't know no better. Like, people blame the politicians more than they blame the corporations. Blame the corporations. It's the oligarch. That's what when I say oligarch, I'm talking about BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. Like them the motherfuckers that are finding ways to make your life worse. You know, make your living situation worse. While they pad their stock buybacks and portfolios, while they own their yachts. But the Democratic Party again is tied to big money in Wall Street. So how they gonna, like, how the Democrats are not gonna change that? Oh God.
And so what Donald Trump has done is he's, shall we say, exploited that. Now, I think we need to also say, in light of that shift, and we could call it neoliberalism and the crisis of it, or however we want to describe it, but the Obama coalition may very well be dead. But I do know this too, the third way Democrat is dead. Now, the interesting thing about the conversation that we're having about the postmortem is that folk will want to lurch back to the right with regards to the Democratic Party. But when they're lurching back to the right, they're going back to what the DLC did, which is in effect concede the ground to Reaganism, concede the ground to the philosophy that has produced this selfishness, this greed, and intensification of hatred in some ways. And so part of what we have to do, I think, and I'll be quick here, is to be honest about where we are. And if we're honest where we are, it's not about what Kamala Harris didn't do. It's about who we are.
Wow. Yeah, the Democrats move more to the fucking right. Started with Jimmy Carter. The neoliberalism started with that. Then Reagan. Then Bill Clinton. Got worse. Then, you know, Obama. Now Biden. I mean, like, you know, neoliberalism is totalitarian. That's what it is. Very totalitarian.
We don't want you to be quick, Eddie Glaude. We don't invite you on here to be quick. Take your time. Got 3 hours.
I mean, this whole yes, that
you go,
is
Simone
it.
Sanders.
It's not about, how can we, I've been very dismayed actually by this whole working class voter conversation, because are black people not working class?
Okay.
Are like, if you really want to boil it down, if it was really about the issues, if it was really about the message, how did the message break through to black working class people and it didn't break through to the majority of anybody else? And I see y'all white women and Hispanic voters out there that are in my inbox right now saying, but we voted for her. Yes, but let me explain this how this works, okay? As a black woman in America, if something happens and somebody does something, you know, then it's like, I understand I didn't do it, but we got to address the things for everybody else. So this is the box that we're in. I understand there are white women out here that voted for Kamala Harris, but baby, 52% of y'all voted for Donald Trump, and this was not the first time. So now, for the third time, so y'all got to come together and address it internally.
Yeah, like, yeah, again, like, and don't forget about 72% of black men voted for Kamala Harris. Like, but it's still black men's fault that she didn't win, though. Simone Sanders, I'm pretty sure you're gonna say that too. Yeah, it's still our fault that she lost. Oh, goodness gracious.
So I understand you didn't do it. But enough people did, but y'all gotta have a conversation. So that's just how I'm just helping you understand. This is just how it works. But it is the opportunity for the Democratic Party apparatus is actually within the base of the party and the people that did not come out. They were fighting the couch this entire election. The Democrats were. And so the question is, why is there this insatiable need, Bishop, to go to the immediate response was, oh, okay, well, the party is just, too progressive, too this, too that. I mean, you have Democratic lawmakers. Seth Moulton, got up there saying whatever he thought he would say. My former boss, Bernie Sanders, said, Democratic Party has abandoned working class people. That is actually not true. Now, we could talk about...
Oh, hold on. Bernie Sanders, as much as I dislike him these days, he's right. Yeah, y'all abandoned working class people. Duh. Like, wasn't gas prices not that long ago almost in some places, what, $6-7 a gallon? The cost of food is still high as fuck. Like, that's abandonment. And people's wages haven't gone up. That's abandonment. That's abandonment. Like, like, Simone Sanders, you comfortable. Like, you got this little cozy MSNBC job, You slayed up. I can see you on there with that white, what that sweater? Whatever that is. Like, you doing fine. But the person tonight that's going to go to bed hungry is not. And yeah, they didn't vote. Because, I mean, like, my thing is, what's the point? They ain't going to change shit. Like, oh, man, these people.
How we talk about it, right? We can, and this is probably not a popular conversation with Democrats to have, but perhaps maybe too much union, not enough worker, okay? So to be clear, I'm sorry, but I love the unions. I love them. They do good work. You better thank a union for the 40-hour work week and overtime pay. However, everybody is...
Yeah, about that. Joe Biden's a union buster. Let's not forget about that, too.
The country is not because of some of the laws that are in Republican governors in many places. Everybody, there not as many people are members of the union. So if you're talking about union members versus workers, there's another thing. And they're black and brown people.
And also, too, I would say this. Yeah, we always talk about union workers and stuff like that. Unions are great. Shout out to Matt. He was on Tea Time a couple of weeks ago and he talked about unions. Yeah. That's great, but the problem is, what about our disabled folks that can't work? Like, what about people that have disabilities that can't work? Like, we got to take care of them too as well. Like I got to do a better job, like, talking about them. I need to have, like, a disabled panel, maybe Willow and a few other people she know. Like, we all come on and talk about that. Like disabled people is pretty much forgot about when it comes to certain things. I noticed that. So, yeah. Had to say that.
In that category, this insatiable need to run towards people that have not voted for not voted for you in recent history since 1964 en masse, I don't understand.
Yeah, and I think it's a conversation the party has to have because you're right. Democratic Party has not won white people since LBJ. So
don't you think they're like states like Mississippi, Alabama, Kentucky, West Virginia, South Carolina, like those states are rural areas, and a lot of white people a lot of white folks live in rural areas. It's the Democrat Party fault. Like you don't reach out to them. You go to the Pennsylvanias, you go to Michigans, you go to Minnesotas or Wisconsins, you go to swing states because you gambling on a chance to win. So you got the coast pretty much, New York, California, but you don't go to Middle America. I live in Middle America, Louisiana too, my state. Like, this is Middle America, man, small town. Like, people are struggling, and Donald Trump goes to those areas. I mean, we know Donald Trump is a fucking gaslighting orange cook, but Donald Trump go there, Republicans go there. That's why they win those areas. Oh man, like, would it make sense to say, like, if you're a party, but to say like, why we can't get white voters? Simple answer. You don't need no fucking equation to answer that. Solve that. Just go there. Yeah, just tell them like, hey, um, yeah.
Idea that somehow we got to go to this constituency every single time that has rejected the Democratic Party for damn near 50 years. Excuse me, Lord. So what are we doing? And I think what the party has to do is admit that. Mm-hmm. It helps when you acknowledge the facts, admit that, and figure out then how do we get the balance right of appealing to the people who consistently turn out for us, who consistently show up for us, and have over these last several decades, and do some persuasion with other people. Because when you talk to people about the issues, what's clear is even the white people who don't vote for us align with us on issues, but they don't like our.
Yeah, they don't. A lot of white folk, I'm just going to tell you the truth. I think this is an issue. I think they look at y'all like y'all holier than thou. Yeah, I think y'all holier than thou. Like y'all looked over them, like I'm just telling you the truth, man. Like y'all smear them. Y'all think rural white people are dumb, stupid, like deplorables, like yeah, I wouldn't vote for you either. They're like y'all thinking black folks like that. Yeah. Yeah, man, like y'all don't fucking care. Y'all not gonna change. Like y'all can have all these panels all you want to talking about what we need to do better, why this ain't that, why people ain't voting for us. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. It's the economy, it's Gaza, and it's just fucking like kitchen table issues. That's what it comes down to. It's not about what Cal Kalinske said. Oh, you need a celebrity personality that's like Bernie. Like, nobody gives a fuck about that shit. Yeah, we live in a celebrity culture. Well, the sad reality is people worship celebrities in this country. That's just the way it is. Like, people aren't religious like they used to anymore. And not like when I was little, like it was a different tone. Like the tones change. More people are atheists or agnostic. So the kitchen table issues wins elections. Policy wins elections. Politics, policy. So
our candidates. And so there's this split that we often have with them. But we've got a lot of work to do on that. And it starts with an admission of the truth. And it starts with, hello, talk to the voters. Mm-hmm. Because with all due respect to our wonderful people on Capitol Hill, they don't have the answers.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nancy, let me just be clear. I'm going to say it. She ain't going to say it. Nancy Pelosi, everybody talks about how the Speaker Emerita, she's so strategic. She can count. And yes, she did all of that when she was the Speaker in Congress. But my question is, where is your calculator now? Because Democrats are about to lose the dang on House, and for her to sit on this podcast, we'll play the sound about how it's up to the I don't deal in presidential politics, but she helped orchestrate. I'm going to say it.
This cycle.
She played in presidential politics this cycle, and she helped orchestrate the very public demise of the president.
That's right.
And thank God for Joe Biden that he came out and endorsed his VP, because these people wanted an open primary.
But you guys keep saying this is a democracy, so you should have an open primary. What the fuck you talking about?
And for where? And when were we going to
Damn, this is like a little mini meltdown.
have an open primary between July 21st when he stepped down and August 20th when the convention was going to happen? When was?
But you can figure it out. Y'all got the money, like y'all can do. Just have a quick primary. Just have a quick primary in all these states. Like, things ain't gotta go like. Never mind. Why am I even helping these motherfuckers out? Oh God.
Was that going to happen? And anybody who's suggesting that, clearly.
I think she's insinuating is that Joe Biden should have dropped out earlier. If he dropped out early, like in January, February, March, you could have had primaries. But he didn't. He did not. So, because his ego, like, oh God.
Clearly wasn't looking at a calendar. Neither were they familiar with
I'm looking for the magic wand that apparently the Democrats on Capitol Hill think that we have. I surely hope that Democrats eke out the majority in the House. But if they don't, I think
they lost.
The people that helped, the people that had so much to say about the president and the vice president earlier this summer, I think that those people need to take a back seat. I think the strategists that obviously fleeced the vice president's campaign and made a whole bunch of money, okay, and they didn't get no money to the turnout, they need to take a back seat, okay? They got to get the Robbie Mook treatment. Robbie Mook lost in 2016, and then he was up in Harvard and just came back. Goodbye.
And listen, they got to talk to the folks who were actually doing work on the ground, who were underfunded and overstressed, but who were doing the work on the ground, talking to voters. We need their opinions. We need to talk to the voters to really do a postmortem.
Can I add just really quickly? And the Democrats have to stop playing the game of representation as a cover, right, for economic policies that are really just simply benefiting the top rich. So you can put out a woman, you can put out a person of color and think that's all you need to do. There has to be some substantive policies behind that can actually affect the lives of everyday ordinary people. We keep playing the damn game on the Republican field. Let's change the terms of the debate and stop triangulating and playing politics at the margins, because you're going to lose every damn time.
That last part, because that's exactly what's happened. And welcome to our playground.
We are well over time, but it was.
All right, guys, that's it. End of that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, the Democrats, man. I'm gonna just say this, and this last time I'll talk about them. Like, they're not gonna learn their lesson. They're just gonna continue to do the same thing over and over again. Use identity politics, not go to the middle part of the country. In order to vote that they kind of need now to win. Yeah, you need black folks to win, but black folks got conned for too long. If you black out there watching this and you see that the Democratic Party has been lying to you for a long time, and you sat on the couch, you did the right thing, man. You might have had a day off of work. Hell, fuck that sitting in lines for hours. Like, I never, fortunately, because I live in a rural area, like, I don't have to sit in lines, but for long periods of time. But god damn, man, like having these people sit on the line every 4 years to vote for a candidate that's not going to do shit for them, like no material policies. They don't even, like, the corporations pick the candidates. Like, I'm pretty sure Joe Biden just didn't, he endorsed Kamala Harris, but I'm pretty sure he had to go to Wall Street folk first. Like, should I pick Kamala Harris? And they say, yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, and also too about that $1 billion that she spent. Like, you spent $1 billion on social media, online ads, like online advertising. Like, come on, man. Oh my God! Like, you spent $1 billion and you still lost. Oh man, imagine what $1 billion could do for a lot of people right now. Like, I know my friend need it. She definitely need some of that money. My goodness. Oh goodness. But okay, y'all. The last part of this show I'm gonna talk about is BreadTube. The fall of BreadTube, man. Like, if you guys, some of you guys probably don't know, like, what the hell is BreadTube? I didn't really find out what BreadTube was a few years ago myself. BreadTube is basically a movement where you have leftists, not these people ain't on the left. Democrats that want health care. They build a big following. They criticize the Democratic Party up to a certain extent, but they have a few progressive, strictly a few progressive issues. That's what BreadTube is. Now, I'm not a part of BreadTube because this is basically a communist-oriented network. So yeah, fuck BreadTube. And in I think the problem too, the reason why more black political, I want more black people in this space. We still undercounted in terms of that. And it ain't got to do with race, but I'm just saying, like, black folks have an interesting perspective than our white folks. White folk, some of them good people, they good people, like, white lefties out there, we might not agree on everything they say. You know, some of them say that land back is forgot what Willow said. Like they don't agree with land back for some reason. But I'm like, your ancestors came over here, hijacked the goddamn land from the indigenous people, had them to move west, far west. I mean, like, as a white lefty, you think some of the motherfuckers will say, yeah, land back. Anyway, think about this. Indigenous people will take care of the better. Black folks will too. Like, you know, most of some more, and also too, if you white lefties really like black folks, like, you should talk about reparations a lot more. Like, I don't hear that a lot from you guys. The most people I hear from is Jill Stein and a couple other people. But beside that, yeah, so yeah, it's just a little critique, like what y'all need to do better on. So yeah, man, wow, man, when Kamala Harris lost the debate last Tuesday, wow, it's been a week already. Holy shit, man, some of these people lost their shit. like I'm serious. Like I'm finna share my screen in a sec, but yeah, man, like yeah, some of these people lost their ever loving minds. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Go to bookmarks here. Like this from Nick Cruz or RBN. You know, he had this to say right here. Share my screen. Showing right tab. Okay. Like right here, he says the second member of leftist mafia is quitting politics because Trump won. Like, yeah. If you don't know who leftist mafia is, they're bread tube basically, and yeah, man, like they lost their shit. I heard when Trump won. Now this is Miss Lauren here. I forgot that woman's name. My goodness. She said, I will not be lending my voice to any cause of tragedy that comes to as a result of Americans handling Donald Trump, the presidency, the courts, the House, and the Senate. According to y'all, fascism was already here, and it's all the same. Please remember that you keep the same energy when shit get crazy for you. Well, Miss Lauren, to be honest with you, most leftists have been saying that even if Kamala won, fascism is still going to be on the rise. So, yeah. Yeah, most of these motherfuckers, I thought she was a good actor. You know, she was supposed to be prison abolition and all that shit. I like this woman. I like what she got to say. She got a lot to say, but as I say time and time again about these people, man, like I can't trust them, man. I'm sorry. I can't trust the PMCs. I can't trust the bread tube, like, because I hate to say this, a lot of these people is on here for an agenda. Like, a lot of people want to make a career out of this, which my thing is, if you supposed to be on the far left, a lot of these people just Democrats that want health care. You're supposed to be on the far left, and you know you still support Kamala Harris, like Kyle Kalinske, Crystal Ball. They're not on the far left. I'm talking about them. Bad example. And you still talk about the Democratic Party as the lesser evil. Then yeah, you're in it for the money. Like the bigger you grow, you do get more incentives. But I'm not on here. I'm not planning to be on the ATP network forever. I'm planning to be out in the fucking streets, man. I think that's as an introvert, that's gonna be a big step for me. Like, out in the streets, organizing people. You know, like this, you know, just on here to be a career Twitter account, or on here to be a career political commentator on YouTube. Like, if you're a true revolutionary Marxist, then that should be your goal. That's just fucking crazy to me. But a lot of people on here, she's a good example. Supposed to be on the left, supposed to be, and you know, prison abolitionists, and she's wagging her finger at leftists because we didn't vote for Kamala Harris. That's what that is. Okay, so I think Nick got another tweet too. Let me see. Yeah, no, Revolutionary Blackout. This is their channel. David Dole. Let me see. Yeah, David Dole. gonna make it big for y'all right here. Here you go. He says, I have no desire to discuss this or any news and politics anymore. Looking for work, preferably offline. Well, well, one thing about David Doyle, though, he's a unique character. You know, he is in Canada. Like, you know, like, you'll think the dude lives here. Like, holy shit. And you know, a lot of Canadians, you know, Smurf. But Smurf is a Marxist. He's not a fucking Democrat. So, but this guy right here, man, like, he's not gonna be in politics anymore because Kamala lost. Oh Lord, what would the YouTube streets be without you, man? Wow. Even though you're a fucking grifter, like all you motherfucking bread tubers are fucking grifters. Like, I forgot to mention that too. Like y'all in this for the bag. You know, it might not be a huge bag, but you know, I seen how much money these content creators make off YouTube alone. You know, you Rumble, you ain't making no money, and Twitch, good luck with that. But YouTube is a good example. Like, see, you have to sell your soul to talking like encoded language. Like, yeah, you sound like you're progressive, but really you're a Democrat. So I mean, like, wow, you want to give up on politics, man? Good, go, bye. Like, I think, you know, it just makes people like the ATP network rise. You know, like we like, or RBN rise up more, do this and this. Like, in Heartland's media, like them like, we all truth tellers, all of us. The do this and this, the RBNs, the ATP networks, like, we the truth tellers. You guys just play a part to Democratic narratives and sprinkle a little progressive policy on top. Like, what? And then, you know, I forgot to mention this too. A lot of people unsubscribe from BreadTube, man. Especially this guy named David Packman. Now, I never watched this guy before a day in my life. Like, I watched David Doyle, Rational National. I watched those channels. This is before I became who I am now. But damn, like, this guy, wow, he lost a whole lot of subscribers. About to pull it up here. Yeah, so apparently, I think this happened on election night or
when I woke up this morning.
Hold on, guys. And this guy, Eric Dardy, he says, watch, David Packman's is literally melting down because he lost subscribers after the election. He can't fathom people are upset they were misled. Yeah, they was fucking misled. Oh, yeah. No doubt. So, yeah, I'm finna play this video, man. Oh, man, you know, these bread tubers, I'm pretty sure I think it's other people that lost subscribers, too. You know, us on the far left, the Marxist communists, like, we've been validated, man. Like, we've been telling the truth all along why these fucking bread tubers want to keep up their AdSense, you know, make sure their AdSense is up to par, you know, telling you, I wouldn't say half truths, but not the full picture. Let's just say that. So, I'm finna watch this, man, and just react to it again. Told y'all it's gonna be a long stream. Yeah, here we go, y'all.
When I woke up this morning, we had lost 5,000 YouTube subscribers compared to where we were last night.
Also, update, guys, he lost over 10,000 now. And now, I looked up David Packman's channel before I got on here, and the guy has 2.6 million subscribers. Like, as you know, I got 1,000. I'm happy, like 1,020, but 2.6 million subscribers, like, that's a lot of fucking people, obviously, right? And you know, they you know, shout out to these people that unsubscribe from this clown head, because you watch BreadTube and these PMC leftists, man, they're not telling you the full picture, man. They're not. They're telling you things from a democratic perspective. They're not telling you things from a Marxist communist perspective. See, RBN does that from the Marxist communist perspective. These guys tell you that maybe vote for Kamala and we'll try to push her left. These the same motherfuckers that said vote Biden and push him left. And Biden is just as right wing as any other right winger you could think of. So let me continue, man.
Now, the first thing I thought was, is this a glitch? We've been on YouTube for 15 years or something like that.
No, it wasn't a glitch, David Packman. No, it's real life. Oh, let me continue, man.
And subscribers always just go up. They just never go down. They go up. Is something wrong with my channel? Is someone attacking my channel? What's going on? So I started texting. And I texted Brian Tyler Cohen. And I texted Tyler Cohen and Brian Cohen and Brian Tyler. All of them. I texted all of them. I texted Jesse Dollemore.
A lot of fucking Cohens.
I texted Luke Beasley and Farron Cousins and Sam Cedar. And
those are bread tubers, by the way, guys.
Every single one of our channels since last night is hemorrhaging subscribers. What is it that is going on? Here is a
what's going on is that people had enough of your fucking gaslighting and your bullshit. Oh, what a day to rejoice, man. You know, this, I know I'm a few days late covering this story, but holy shit, like all of those bread tubers he said are hemorrhaging subscribers. Now I know Farron Cousins, man. I could get into a lot about him. Like I remember this guy blamed leftists because we didn't like Kamala Harris. He literally said that. He's like, you leftists saying that she ran a horrible campaign. She did. But again, like, people had enough of your shit. Maybe that's why people slowly coming over to the ATP network, because they know I'm not going to bullshit them. Like, you guys don't educate. You just, now y'all going to shit on Trump now, obviously. Like, you tell people to vote Democrat, even though a lot of people want something else different. Like, your subscribers, some of them liberals, they like to hear that. And some of them probably are just progressives that's not fully embraced socialism yet. Like, that was y'all subscriber basis. It's kind of a mixed bag. And I'm pretty sure the people that are more further to the left your shit. Like, hopefully, I hope RBN and Do Dissonance and Heartlands Media get a big bump in subscribers. Like, they deserve it, man. Like, RBN been shadow banned by YouTube. You know, unfairly. Like, yo, man, us, like, they come after us too because they claim we sharing third-party content, which I don't understand. Like, I try to be careful and not share. I try to be on my P's and Q's of that, but I'm glad they rescinded that second copyright strike because it would have fucking derailed our YouTube channel. Like 2 weeks of not posting nothing. Like, cause hell, I went through hell trying to get this fucking YouTube channel back up to like where it was before. It still ain't there, but it's getting there. So yeah, man. Just
graphic. As you can see, subscribers just go up, 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 and they are down. It is not just YouTube subscribers. We are seeing record cancellations of paid memberships. Record cancellations. These are the people that...
Hey, if any of you that cancel David Packman's paid monthly subscriptions, please go to RBN and join their Savvy Sabs too. I can't forget Savvy Sabs. She's phenomenal too. She's kicking you BreadTuber's ass in terms of viewers. Like her viewer count is crazy, but go to them, man. If you got a few dollars to give to them, man, they put in the work. Like, this is not easy work. We actually are truth tellers, all of us. So go to them if you for paid membership. So
keep the show running. Now, for a moment, I thought,
man, please, dude, you're in that corporate algorithm. Oh, you'll be fine, David Packman. You'll be fine. Like, you still gonna get that AdSense money. Calm down.
If it's just YouTube, maybe YouTube is purging people who are inactive subscribers. And once a year, usually YouTube does this, and you see a little decline. And then
it's not YouTube, man. Nah, you know, I used to blame these platforms. You know, same with Twitter. I think, well, I'm gonna say with YouTube first, but YouTube, it ain't YouTube. It's people finally seeing through your bullshit all these fucking years. Like during the Biden administration, now in the election, like people finally see that you people you read to was are full of shit. It ain't YouTube. You know, same with me with Twitter. It's not Twitter that's suppressing my account. It's me. I think that I'm just not that good. Like Tired Peasant, she's phenomenal. Like she does this shit. People like her content. Tired Peasant is super interesting. I'm boring. Like, but I'm cool with it. Twitter's not suppressing my content. It's just my content is great. Like, I hate to say this, man, but in this space, you got to be interesting. You got to be interesting and appealing at the same time to get your word across. Network RBN, they like that. JB Font, Savvy Sabs, Afeni on TikTok and Instagram. Like, these people got something I don't have. Appeal and, and they just good conversors. I said conversor. Good conversationists. They good. They good at this shit. I'm not that good. And that's why I said that this might not be for me. I blame Twitter. I said that damn Elon Musk suppressing my damn content. I used to get so many amount. No, just my content ain't good. And it's a lot of other people on Twitter that has better content than me. Like, so yeah. Stop blaming YouTube, David Packman. People see through your shit.
Numbers go back up. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. And if that were the case, we wouldn't be seeing paid membership cancellations on the website. So now I understand what is going on. It's terrifying, but it is happening. A lot of people are checking out. I heard anecdotally from a couple dozen people who said, David, I just can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I'm checking out.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are checking out. That's true. But people checking out from you and your other friends, dude. Like, y'all full of shit. Like, if people were checking out, I'm pretty sure Savvy Sabs and RBN numbers would be low too. That's not okay. It's somewhat true. It's half true. People always check out once election season is over, but they don't unsubscribe from your channel. And to be honest with you, though, maybe to a certain point, like I thought that, okay, we started on election year. I thought we'll see a big old swath of subscribers at first. I mean, we had 1,000, but I guess a lot of people just ain't interested. Like Todd Peasant said this one time when we was on Tea Time, like, this year didn't even feel like an election season. I don't know. But again, yeah, so, yeah, man.
I'm out. And the reason that this is terrifying, not only because it puts everybody in left-wing media's livelihoods at stake and at risk, it terrifies me because our instinct is the opposite of what the right does, and we will get crushed if this is the way we respond to a defeat. The right wants us not to exist. The right wants to decimate independent progressive media. And so when I lose 5,000 subscribers and Brian loses thousands and Ring of Fire loses thousands and everybody's losing thousands of subscribers, understand that when the right loses.
Yeah, I noticed Fairman Cousins, yeah, because his view count is down. Like, yeah, it's not the right. Like, yeah, the right, obviously, like teen sports, turns to teen sports, but yeah. He's not getting it. I don't know. Like, maybe it's you. Like I had to come to that conclusion on Twitter. Like, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just, everybody else posts the same similar shit. To be honest with you, like most of the left on Twitter is truth tellers. Like, I'm the least appealing one on Twitter. I realized that. Like. I can't with this guy, man. Like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't watch this goddamn content before now. Like, holy.
They get organized, they fund, and they create insanely effective organizations.
Yeah, like you should have known that the right has money. The left ain't no money in Marxist communist content. Like the damn Ben Shapiro's or Dave Rubin's, all these motherfuckers, they getting paid by billionaires to spew right wing content. Like the PMC progressive left, y'all got a little change, but and you know us, like you know the RBNs, us, you know Savvy, like probably get a little AdSense money, maybe a few super chats, but like hey, there's no money over here, you know. And again, it shows me that David Packman, all these people do it for the money. That's what it boils down to. It's a shame. Like this is, I'm not a car channel. Like if I make channel about cars, flipping cars, you know, it's different. But if I'm trying to change the world, make it better for people, making money on social media should be the last fucking result. Yeah, you get a super chat. Yeah, you might get, okay, yeah, you can have memberships. That ain't nothing wrong with that. But again, like, you shouldn't think about the money. The money's gonna come. My thing is, will you sleep better at night telling people the truth or not seeing the whole big picture? Like, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris, even though she's a genocidal maniac. Yeah. Don't make any sense.
Like Turning Point USA, investing in the Daily Wire and building out this huge network of right-wing ideas and influencers. So if you're feeling burnt out, I encourage you, take a break until the inauguration. It's months, okay? Mental health break, do it. But when we start canceling the subscriptions,
I knew you were gonna say that. You know, take a break. You ain't gotta watch me until January until I start making anti-Trump videos. But you know, I need money. You know, I need money. Don't cancel the subscription, please. Don't cancel it. No. Oh, this is what it's all about, man. Yeah. Let me continue, man.
we are in an algorithmic desubscription spiral right now because when people start unsubscribing on YouTube, YouTube thinks,
I never heard that before. We're in an algorithmic spiral. Ooh, what the fuck? You come up with words out of your ass, man. Oh shit. Okay, I heard it all today. YouTube thinks, yeah, it ain't you again. It's not YouTube, dude. It's not YouTube. It's your content. People finally woke up and said these people are full of shit.
Oh, we probably shouldn't recommend this content because it's generating a lot of unsubscribes. So then the content doesn't get recommended. And then the message doesn't get out. And then next election, they win by even more. So I do understand the instinct, but if we cede ground to them, they crush us everywhere. Now, we're up against a MAGA Supreme Court potentially till 2050. We'll talk about that later. We're up against a completely uninhibited Trump. I actually have an entire chapter in my forthcoming book, The Echo Machine, about exactly this. It's not...
Man, you writing books, dude. You still getting AdSense. Yeah, your subscriptions are down. Like, damn, you'll think this guy is in a nice, cozy studio. Like, just look at his setup. Professional setup. You know, professional microphone. Like you're going to be fine. Like, I'm pretty sure you got some money saved somewhere. I'm pretty sure. Like me, I'm in my house. This ugly-ass paneling behind me. Martin Luther King picture behind me. Like, and I'm happy, man. Like, I believe a lot of you bread tubers ain't happy either. Because y'all know, I believe, y'all ain't stupid people. Like, I ain't going to call y'all stupid, but y'all know what y'all doing. Like, y'all know Y'all know how YouTube works. Y'all know the algorithm real well. Y'all know how this shit works. So y'all gotta say certain things to entice that liberal crowd that comes to your channel. So
it's the introduction. In the introduction, I explain how it's disgusting to me. It's disgusting to me that when you engage in politics, you can't just find solutions. First, you've got to convince people climate change is even happening. You can't just find solutions because half the country doesn't even accept the science of vaccines. I outline this in the introduction, but I also make the point in the book that if you actually care about the world for ourselves, children, grandchildren, other people, families, friends, people we care about, when you disengage because they've gotten so extreme, you cede ground to them and you say, do whatever you want. I'm disengaging, do whatever you want. And we really can't do that, okay? So my request to you today is,
oh God,
please resubscribe to the YouTube channel.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that's it. Damn. Man, I wish that continued. Please, don't leave me. Don't leave my subscriptions, man. YouTube gonna punish me. I'm not good anymore. Oh Lordy, please resubscribe to the YouTube channel and give me money every month. Even though I know most of you guys are working class people. You can't afford it, but you used to like me. Now you don't like me, and you gonna move to RBN or Savvy Sabs or do this and this or JB Font or Heartlands Media. Please come back to me. Oh man, I can't, man. I can't, man. I know I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I knew this was a rude awakening. Like I kind of like felt like this section of YouTube, like these motherfuckers pretending to be progressive, pretending to be left, which they're really not. They're just Democrats that want healthcare. Shout out to Savvy for saying that. I always gotta give people credit when they say things that's really true. Like all you motherfuckers that losing subscribers, I don't feel sorry for y'all. Like y'all could have moved further to the left. And also, some of you guys are part of the Bernie Sanders coalition too, as well. Like, I don't feel sorry for you guys because, you did this to yourself. Oh Lordy, you did this to yourself. And I don't. Yeah, I don't. Oh man. I hope the other bigger, Breonna Joy Grays, the good people, the RBNs, the Savvy Sabs, I hope they get a big boost in followers because they all of them told people so. All of them did. Oh man, what a feel good story to end this stream. Wow. I'm trying to find liberals losing it. Hopefully it ain't got Kendrick Lamar song playing. Yeah, I don't have time to have another copyright strike on the channel. I'm just still trying to get this channel off its feet, and I already got one copyright strike. I don't need two. Yeah, third one, you donezo. Let me see. Sky News got it. Let me see. I'm trying to find. Hold on. I think this is it. Oh God. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me share my screen. Boy, I don't know if Sky News Australia is right leaning. I don't know, but they got a compilation of leftist. They call these people what? These are not lefties. Yeah, change that fucking title. These are not lefties, man. These are not lefties. Yeah. These are liberals. Liberals. They're not lefties. Liberals. All right, y'all finna play it, man. Hopefully they play that woman in Holland.
lefties losing it. Let's have some fun looking at reactions to Donald Trump's extraordinary win. The red wave has cometh, and the lefties are, well, they're giving me too much content.
I'm sorry. No,
Here you go.
no, no, no. Why?
Look.
That first one. Why you weren't doing that when Palestinian people were getting bombed to death? I just don't understand. Like, people's way of thinking is just ass backwards. Like, you cry over a person that don't really give a shit. Like, Kamala will be fine. You know, she's still gonna have some political power somewhere else. You cry over that, but you don't cry over Palestinian people. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure they will now since Trump there. And some fucking fool told my friend the other day that Trump gonna make Gaza like a parking lot. I guess they're trying to demean us because we didn't vote for Kamala. Like, Gaza's already done. Yeah, I ain't gotta get into all that. Let me continue.
It's fair to say she's not handling it well. As for this next lass, I'm not sure where she is today.
I swear to God, if you idiots elect that demented man, I will burn this whole place to the ground.
And this woman is...
Oh, that's a threat. Wow. I like how they use terms that communists use, like, we're gonna burn shit to the ground. Like, she talking about burning cities to the ground. No, we talking about burning this whole system to the ground. Oh, God. See, just backwards thinking, like...
too old to be this stupid, but sadly, leftism and TDS can leave the sufferer delirious, delusional, and dangerously stupid.
You voted for a racist, a rapist, a dictator. You voted for a bully, a bigot, and a narcissist. Even the Germans tried to warn us, but you didn't listen. You didn't listen to the historians, the psychologists, the educators, and the intellectuals. Of course not, because...
Apparently, this woman can't do math. If you really look at the total votes, Trump got the same amount of... Like that woman said on the MSNBC clip. Trump got the same amount of voters as he did back in 2020. It's not Trump. You know, people didn't vote for Trump in. Like, the people that are gonna vote for Trump are gonna vote for him regardless. A lot of people sat down, sat on the couch because your slay queen is your K-Hive. You know, the K-Hive. Well, what the fuck I'm talking about? Your slay queen is a genocidal maniac and had on policies.
Dictatorship 101 is to convince you to distrust the media, the educated, and to create an us versus them mentality.
It's always the dimmest folk who go on about educated experts. If you want...
See, and that's another reason why people hate liberals. What she said, the educated. A lot of people, don't never went to college, and they're some of the smartest people on earth. So what the fuck you educated? People didn't listen to educated. The educated. So you saying us, you know, Marxists, we are some dumb people because we didn't listen to the educated experts. So, oh God. Oh man, that's why people don't like these people. This is why.
Wondering why these lefties are so triggered.
Again, they're not lefties, they're liberals.
So shocked by reality, so out of touch with their fellow Americans. Well, it could be because they consume the type of media I'm about to show you now. Here are some of our favourite media leftists who were convinced that Donald Trump was toast, that Kamala was going to win, and win easily.
In my humble view, lights out.
Please welcome back the next president of the United States.
I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I don't think it's going to be a close race. I think there are going to be those Republicans that just vote for Harris.
It'll be tied on Election Day, as always it will. The polls will be tied, and then he'll lose.
You call us trash? Oh, JD.
Yeah, I'm gonna end that, man. Yeah, man. These people are deeply unserious. And I'll say this again, you know, if some of them are willing to get criticized and willing to like learn some shit instead of being fucking brainwashed and gaslighted, hey, you welcome. And don't go back to brunch. You welcome. Wow, guys, this is a long stream. Holy shit, man. I don't do these live because I'm just not comfortable. And if I see some comments I don't like, I'm gonna get trigger happy. You know, Ty Peasant, she like doing live streams. You know, everybody's different. You know, she do her, I do me. I don't care. You know, she like it live. You know, anyway, Ty Peasant, she is the ATP network. Like, I'm just a speck. You know, I'm just telling you guys how I really feel right now. She's the star. Like, you guys, like, tea time, like, you guys want to see her. Like, it ain't about me. I'm just a guy that set this shit up. Set up the live stream, the banner, all you can see right there. The you know, all the other things you see on the live stream. But it's cool, man. Everybody plays a part. Everybody's not supposed to be the face of everything. You know, Ty Peasant is the face of the ATP network. And, you know, I accept that. I'm not jealous. I'm not hating. It's the fucking truth. Okay, guys, that's the show. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is one of the best fucking shows I did in a long, long time. So be sure to give it a like, share this live stream, or hopefully I'm gonna make clips tomorrow. So I might upload a whole lot of clips. YouTube used to prioritize live streaming, like now they want you to upload clips too as well. So look out for clips on YouTube and Rumble. And also too, y'all, man, just organize, man. Like, organize your community, man. Like, this online really is meant to educate, meet people, educate. Then, you know, you take that knowledge, you know. And also too, I think a lot of people got misconstrued when I said about theory. I'm not saying you should not read theory. I'm not saying that. I read theory my damn self. I've been reading it for like the last few months now. Like, you know, I just can't be on this damn live stream, a big blabbermouth monkey talking shit that I don't have no context with. Like, I take theory and I apply it to like what some of these idiots are saying, or like some situational things, like how to make a revolution. So if you're gonna read theory, you know, and not do nothing, you just wasting your time. Like, you need to reassess yourself, apply that knowledge, all that knowledge, apply it to real world shit. That's all I'm saying. So just had to get that out the way. Yeah, man, subscribe to the ATP Network channel. Subscribe to the ATP Network Twitter account. Yeah, subscribe to the ATP Network channel too as well. My podcast, Real Recognize Real. Subscribe to that. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. It's Andre